Morning, dear.
Hi, Dad. Dad, did you know carbon was good for the human digestive system?
Carbon?
Yes, carbon. It has purifying factors, cleans the blood. Carbon is definitely beneficial, and you're going to get some into your system.
Am I?
Yes. I burnt the toast.
Get a load of that.
Oh, Dad.
Go ahead, read it out loud.
Okay. Woman gives birth to baby in subway.
Margie, stop kidding. I know very well you see it. It says, Vernon Albright, Executive Vice President of Honeywell and Todd. Go on, read it.
Vernon Albright, so-and-so Honeywell and Todd, was today elected to head the newly formed Citizens Committee, whose aims are continued on next page. It continued from preceding page. The mother and baby were rushed to the hospital.
Margie, let me read it. I want you to hear a little quote. Now listen to this. Mr. Albright said, quote, "The only way to stop crime is to be firm. The petty lawbreaker of today is the potential big-shot gangster of tomorrow."
What's it all about?
Well, it was started by a couple of clients of mine, and it's a good idea. If the police were more severe with misdemeanors, there'd be fewer felonies.
Oh, I see. It's like that other Citizens Committee you were on, the one for needling the street maintenance department.
This is entirely different.
This one's for needling the police department.
Well, you're impossible. I've got to get to the office.
I'm sorry, Dad. I was just teasing. I really think it's swell, this better police idea. I'll even help you. What can I do?
Just stay out of trouble. When I agreed to head the committee, I forgot about you.
What about me?
Well, honey, it's the things you do. It would make the committee, my clients, look pretty silly if the daughter of the head of the thing got into a jam.
When did I ever get into a jam?
Well, there was the time that you...
Never mind.
Honey, promise me that you'll stay out of trouble.
I'll stay out of trouble. Don't worry about it.
Cross your heart?
If I get into any kind of trouble, may lightning strike me...
No, Margie, no. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Hi.
Do you know this is a 25-mile zone?
Yes, I know. Well, that's why you stopped me, just to see if I know the speed limit. I know my traffic regulations, frontwards and backwards. You don't have to worry about me. So long.
Just a second.
Yes?
Miss, you were doing 35.
35?
Yes. I pulled alongside of you and waved you toward the curb, and you turned up your nose and ignored me.
I thought you were flirting with me.
Well, you were wrong. You were doing 35 in a 25-mile zone. May I see your license?
Now, just a second, please. You made a mistake. I gave my father a solemn promise this morning. I was watching the speedometer every second. The needle looked like it was welded to 25.
Your license, please.
You don't believe me.
I don't doubt that you thought you might be going 25, and normally I might overlook it.
What do you mean, normally?
The department's under pressure right now. This new Citizens Committee on stricter law enforcement.
Citizens Committee. Great. That's why you've got to give me a ticket, and that's why I can't afford to get one.
I don't get it. What do you know about that committee?
I told you you'd send me up the river. Oh, please, don't give me a ticket. Believe me, I was only going 25.
Don't you see I have to?
I was only going 25.
Your license, please.
All right. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to pay the fine. There.
Thank you.
I was only going 25. I'll take this to the Supreme Court if I have to.
Albright. Where did I read that name?
You just read it now. First time in your life. You never saw it before.
It seems familiar.
If you're going to take my number, I'm going to take your number.
Sign here, please. I'm glad you're still here. I just went off duty 5 seconds ago.
What are you talking about?
Margaret Albright. Eyes blue, hair brown. It's really golden brown. Very pretty, too. Now that I'm off duty, I'd like to say that maybe sometime I could date you.
You're asking me for a date?
Well, cops are human. Even the ones that ride motorcycles.
You just hand me a ticket, an unfair ticket, and you have the nerve to ask me for a date.
I'm a pretty good dancer.
Now you listen. In the first place, you had no right to give me this. And in the second place, would you really like to date me?
Oh, that's more like it. I'd love to date you, Margie.
Would you tear up the ticket? The name is Margaret, not Margie. I was only going 25. I won't pay the fine. And you look like a horrible dancer. Dad?
Yes, dear.
Hi, Dad. Dinner'll be a little late. I've been busy.
Honey, when I said to keep out of trouble, I didn't mean you had to start reading up on the laws.
Oh, I'm not trying to keep out of trouble. I'm looking for a loophole.
Looking for a what?
A loophole. Dad, you remember this morning I promised you I wouldn't get into any trouble?
What about it?
I got a speeding ticket today.
Margie, after all I told
Now,
you...
Dad, let me explain. We don't have to worry about it because I'm not guilty.
Guilty or innocent, you're going to pay that fine, and let's not have any publicity about it. And when you go down to pay it, wear dark glasses.
I've already been down there. I'm going to demand a trial by jury.
You what? Margie, all right, you're going down the first thing in the morning and pay that fine.
But, Dad, I wasn't speeding. Haven't you always told me to stand up for my rights?
Oh, honey, I know you never lie to me, but when you tell me you weren't speeding, I believe you.
Well, you're on my side. Just wait till I get that motorized Nelson Eddy on the stand.
Oh, but honey, I wasn't finished. I believe you, but I also believe in keeping clients. I can't let you make a spectacle of yourself and get in the newspapers. I can't afford the publicity. You're a fighter, just as your mother was. But just this once, make believe there's no Irish blood in you. For me,
Hello, Margie.
Hi, Mrs. Odette.
What's the trouble, dear?
The usual thing.
Well, let's see if we can't get around whatever it is he wants you to do. Come, let's sit down. What was his name?
Terrell. Albert Terrell.
Oh, yes, here he is. Plaza, 59120. Oh, Copper, if you only knew what we've cooked up for you.
Mrs. Odette, I'm not sure this is the right thing to do.
Don't be silly, dear. All you've got to do is to call him up and tell him you're sorry for the way you acted.
Well, I don't mind that part. It's that other routine.
Margie, you read it yourself. It's the law in black and white.
Well, it certainly ought to make him agree to tear up the ticket.
And he won't want publicity on his problem any more than your father will want publicity on your problem.
That's right. This ought to fix everything up just fine. Besides that, he's awfully good looking.
I knew a handsome policeman once. He was 6'6".
6'6"?
Yes. And how he could kiss. Oh, it was sure worth the climb. Call him up right now.
You sure fooled me. I thought I'd never see you again.
I only called to apologize. You asked for the date.
How soon could I see you, he asked. How soon would you like to, she replied. So here we are. Just off duty, I didn't even change.
Oh, a sergeant now. Did they promote you for giving me a ticket? Tell me, what do you do for excitement? Besides giving innocent people tickets.
I spend a lot of time at the police academy, studying for a lieutenant now. In fact, I go there tomorrow, but I'll be free tomorrow night.
My goodness, look at that. Almost 40, and in a 25-mile zone.
I don't understand it. Unless it's because you're sitting so close to me.
Pull over to the curb. Pull over.
What's the matter?
You're under arrest.
I'm what?
This is what is known as a citizen's arrest. And in accordance with the law, I call upon you as an officer to keep the peace.
Margie, this is ridiculous.
I was only doing 25 yesterday. You were darn near doing 40. I'm going to throw the book at you.
Margie, I'd look awfully silly walking into headquarters helping you arrest me.
It feels a little different when things are reversed, doesn't it?
Oh, I get it. This is the whole idea of our so-called date.
Oh, no, it wasn't, Al. I think you're beautiful. I mean, handsome. And I'd love to date you. Not just once, but lots of times.
I knew you couldn't be serious about wanting to arrest me.
Who wasn't serious? Headquarters.
What are you trying to do, drive me crazy? What kind of a girl are you?
The usual kind, made out of skin. Headquarters.
Margie, listen to reason.
Listen to reason, huh? Would you listen to reason yesterday? No. I told you I was only going 25, and I was only going 25. But I'll make you a deal.
What kind of a deal?
Tear up that ticket, and I'll let you go.
But Margie, I can't do that. I was doing my duty.
Headquarters.
This is ridiculous.
Yes, Chief.
It's the law. Section 452, paragraph 3A of the Penal Code.
I know. I'm not arguing a citizen's legal right to arrest somebody. In all my years on the force, never anything like this. Policeman meets pretty girl. This I've heard of. Policeman dates girl. This I've heard of. But girl arrests policeman on their date? What's the world coming to?
True. I was going almost 40. Maybe you better just give me a ticket and I'll pay the fine.
That's very noble of you, Sergeant Farrell. What about the ridicule this will bring from outfits like that Citizens Committee?
I'm sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir. When this gets in the papers, I wouldn't be surprised if what the commissioner breaks you.
Breaks him? You mean fires him?
Takes his stripes away anyway.
Oh, no, Chief, I don't want anything like that. Well, it was a mistake. He wasn't going 40.
He said he was himself.
He didn't know what made him go that fast. It was my foot. If you want to give me a ticket for going 40, I'll pay for it because I'm guilty. But if you think I'll ever pay for that unfair one you gave me yesterday, you don't know me.
Miss, we'll forget the whole thing. Just go, that's all. Just go.
Al,
Yes, Margie?
I'm sorry for what I did.
That's okay.
But I'm still going to prove I was telling the truth yesterday. That's a matter of principle. And when people don't stand up for principle, it tears down the whole structure of justice.
Will you please go? You know, Sergeant, with that girl's temperament, it might save the city money to tear up that ticket.
Never known a girl like her.
Come in.
Oh, hi, Chief.
Hello, Barney.
Well, my boy, is your face going to be red? You know that girl you told me about? Well, she was right. This is a speedometer off Al's motor. How fast did you say she was going?
35 on the nose.
Oh, correction. She was going 25. This thing was registering 10 miles an hour too fast.
Sergeant Terrell, you will personally go down to the traffic window and tear up that ticket.
Yes, sir.
You said gal will be real tickled when you tell her, huh?
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'll tear up the ticket, but I won't tell her.
What?
That ticket got me one date with her, and she's not the type that gives up. And as long as she thinks the ticket still stands, get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Margie,
Oh, hi, Mrs. Odette.
I've been thinking all morning, but I haven't come up with a thing.
You don't have to worry about it anymore. Sergeant Albert Terrell will be at the police academy this afternoon, and so will his motorcycle, and so will Margie Albright.
Really? Tell me, what's the caper?
I had my speedometer checked this morning, and it was right on the ball. So what's the only possible answer? His speedometer. It must be wrong.
Yes, that makes sense. What you going to do about it?
What you going to do? I'm going to take his speedometer and have it checked.
So, Mr. Albright, gentlemen, we welcome this opportunity to show you how we train policemen here at the Academy. We're happy to have your committee's cooperation in our efforts to improve the force.
Well, that's what we're here for, Chief.
I'll show you around while we're waiting for the demonstration to start. Our study rooms are on the end of that building.
Chief, this is a revelation. I had no idea our police were so scientifically trained.
Wait till you see the demonstration, Mr. Albright. Our drill halls are down this way. Follow me, gentlemen.
This is a much larger place than I had imagined, Chief.
Fairly big layout, but well under control.
At ease, fellas. Okay, riot equipment for you four, the rest in sweatshirts. Let's make it a good demonstration.
Al, what happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Well, the inspector just got a load of it, and brothers, he burned.
Burned? About what?
Your cycle. What did you tangle with? A Sherman tank? Wind visor off, handlebars off, and your speedometer's all nicked up like somebody sure had something against speedometers.
What?
Yes, sir, you better think up a good story. That's a real sad-looking scooter.
Well, who would want to do a thing like speedometer? I wonder if... No, she wouldn't do a thing like that. Or would she?
Some dame did it?
Yeah, and this time I'm through fooling around. I'll throw her in jail as a public menace.
See something.
First, an exhibition of judo, showing how a policeman trained in self-defense can overcome big odds. They'll play the hoodlums, and I'll pick the smallest man from our riot squad and show you how to... All right, Shorty, front and center. Snap it up.
All right, Sergeant Farrell, start the demonstration. Sergeant and that little fellow, stop them cold.
Were you? They almost killed me. You? It's impossible.
Please don't give me away. That's my father, Mr. Albright, head of the committee.
Sergeant Farrell. What are you trying to do? Disgrace the department?
I slipped, sir. It won't happen again.
One more slip like that, and you can both apply for your unemployment insurance. Now, try it again.
Yes, sir. Don't trip me up this time, and maybe I can handle them alone.
Just a little accident. You'll see. It'll be a different story this time.
you'll drive a pin loose. That's a tear grenade. Well, Margie, do you know any good jobs for an ex-cop?
Honest, I'm sorry, but if you'd just been reasonable about that ticket.
Oh, Margie, I tore it up yesterday.
You did?
My speedometer was wrong.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, I'm fired anyway, so the worst I can get now is a slap in the face.
This is outrageous. Turn in your badges, both of you. Oh, no. Not you again.
Hi, Dad. What do you know?
Oh, Mr. Albright, I know I'm asking you an awful lot, but won't you please help me keep this out of the papers?
Okay, Chief. On one condition. Reinstate this young man and we'll forget the whole thing.
Oh, that's big of you, sir. Big. I'm so happy.
Me too.